Warmer weather means prime time for criminals. Tonight, the warning from Kennewick Police after one alert neighbor raised the alarm. And we're talking about a mild evening ahead, but showers are possible. Jason will get you ready for the weekend in his first alert weather forecast.
Now, KAPP local news at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We begin with an hours-long standoff that ended with one person in custody. The Benton County Sheriff's Office got a call from a home in Findlay around 7 this morning. Police say a person accused of pointing a weapon at someone else, then firing it, was barricaded inside a residence. Law enforcement called on SWAT to boost their response. The man eventually surrendered and another person inside the house was released. Lieutenant Mike Clark with the Benton County Sheriff's Office says this was a typical SWAT response with a good ending.
The vast majority of the time they are resolved fairly early on and without uses of force or anything of that nature, and that was similar to the incident here. Is you kind of see that show of force that shows up, as do the suspects that are inside, and realize that it's not just patrol guys. This isn't just going to walk away and leave, and so then they usually decide to give up at that point.
Police say in this incident, as the one we saw yesterday, there were no injuries. A neighbor in Findlay told KAPP-KVEW's Riley Fitzgerald this neighborhood has been dealing with crime in the area for more than 3 decades. And a crime alert tonight around 3 o'clock this morning. A Kennewick resident called police to say a man was allegedly trying door handles on various cars in her West Kennewick neighborhood to see if any were unlocked. Police are still looking for that suspect. They say the newer model Kia Sportage was stolen out of Richland. KPD did find the suspect, but they found the car he was driving had a license plate that was stolen. He drove away, and police say they couldn't chase him.
The vehicle actually almost hit our patrol cars. They attempted to stop the vehicle, and the vehicle didn't. They were able to grab a plate. However, the plate ended up being a stolen license plate out of Richland. So not a license plate matching the vehicle being driven by the suspect.
And as the weather gets warmer, police say vehicle prowling may be on the rise. Coming up on KAPP-KVEW Local News at 6, we're going to talk more about this investigation into car prowling and one of the biggest things you can do to keep yourself and your vehicle safe. A well-known spot for anglers in Richland has now been closed to unauthorized vehicles. We've told you about Bushwhacker Trail Road before. Over the years, more and more people have used it to dump garbage and other illegal activities. The city of Richland announced on Facebook this week the gravel path will be closed to traffic indefinitely due to vandalism and trash. The area, located next to Y Park, is still open to foot traffic and for those in the area to use for recreational use like fishing and kayaking. And we are talking about warmer weather that's got a lot more people getting outdoors. Still a chance of April showers tonight, but things are warming up towards the weekend. Jason Valentine has your KAPP-KVEW First Alert weather forecast.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day today and a beautiful day, though we're seeing a chance of shower activity into our evening hours. But other than that, pretty calm conditions. Now we're going to cool down yet again. A chilly morning for you tomorrow, but tomorrow should be just gorgeous. Lower 60s, so we're slightly warming up into our weekend, and ample sunshine throughout our areas tomorrow. Though we do have a chance of seeing a little bit of shower activity returning as we get to Saturday morning into the late morning hours. So we're keeping a close eye on that. We are going to be warming up for our weekend, but we're going to be just right around our average temperatures, mid to lower 60s. So we're still staying cooler than usual for this time of year, though we'll match it this weekend, but we're going to cool back down into our next work week. So folks, a beautiful day today, and again, a little bit of shower activity possible, just like last night, tonight. But as we head into our weekend, it should be nice for travelers and nice temperature-wise as well. All of your full forecast coming up, but for right now, let's send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. And developing news tonight in the case of highly classified military documents that were leaked online. Today, federal agents arrested a 21-year-old Massachusetts Air National Guardsman. On the surface, he may seem like an unlikely person of interest for what the Associated Press calls the highest profile intelligence leak in years. ABC's Rena Roy is tracking the latest.
A dramatic arrest caught on camera in connection with the Pentagon's leaked documents probe. A man walking out of a Massachusetts home with his hands above his head before he's handcuffed and taken into custody.
Today, the Justice Department arrested Jack Douglas Teixeira in connection with an investigation into alleged unauthorized removal, retention, and transmission of classified national defense information.
The National Guard telling ABC they're aware of the investigation into the Guardsmen, saying they take it very seriously and will support investigators.
This comes after a teen whose identity was withheld spoke with the Washington Post with permission from his mother, claiming to know the alleged leaker.
First found out that these were made public. It felt like my heart was beaten out of its chest. I could not believe that this was happening. We didn't realize the sheer, just immense nature of these leaks.
The teen calling the leaker OG, telling the paper he did not want to disclose OG's identity, location, or military base where he says he works. Instead, describing OG as a charismatic, gun-loving gamer in his early to mid-20s, saying OG began posting classified information to Discord last fall. Their invite-only group with roughly 24 members around the globe was reportedly passionate about guns, military gear, and God.
The documents were often listed as Ukraine versus Russia at first. However, it slowly spiraled into just intelligence about everything.
Those documents rapidly spreading across similar groups, causing a global diplomatic fallout.
According to the Post, it's unlikely the leaker intended the information to spread further than that original Discord group. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Now, one of the big questions has been how someone so young had access to such highly classified material. Today, a Pentagon spokesperson simply said it's not uncommon for the military to trust very young service members with a lot of responsibility. World News Tonight will have continuing coverage of this developing news coming up at 5:30. And reporters asked President Biden about the case this morning before that arrest. At the time, he said he wasn't able to talk about it because the investigation was ongoing. The president is visiting Ireland right now. He spoke to the Irish Parliament earlier today. An update tonight in the battle over access to the abortion pill. A federal appeals court in New Orleans has now ruled that mifepristone can still be used for now. But the panel of judges said it cannot be sent through the mail, and they narrowed the time period when it can legally be taken to end a pregnancy. This comes after dueling rulings from federal judges in Texas and Washington over access to the abortion pill. The Justice Department says it will appeal this latest ruling from Louisiana. That would send the case to the Supreme Court. And jury selection began this morning in the lawsuit over news coverage of the 2020 election. Dominion Voting Systems is suing Fox News for $1.6 billion, accusing them of airing conspiracy theories about Dominion's voting machines. The judge in this case has already ruled that Fox did make false statements about the 2020 election and Dominion voting machines. But in order to win this lawsuit, Dominion will have to prove that Fox knew the stories were false at the time and deliberately decided to air them anyway. Opening statements in the trial could come as soon as Monday. We are 10 days from the end of the Washington state legislative session, and this morning, Governor Inslee signed a number of bills that have already gotten full approval from state lawmakers. Many of those bills are designed to fine-tune current state law, like one proposal intended to protect people from being blackmailed over nude pictures.
Currently, Washington law allows a victim to pursue civil legal action only if their intimate images were disclosed without their consent. Now victims can pursue civil legal action when someone threatens to disclose these images as well.
Governor Inslee is also scheduled to take action on another series of bills coming up tomorrow morning. Oregon is one of the 8 states, along with the District of Columbia, getting a total of nearly $300 million to repair bridges. The Department of Transportation says almost $14 million will go towards replacing the Burgard Bridge in North Portland. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris stopped in Northern Virginia to highlight the impact of investing in bridges.
For America to thrive, all people must be able to live a life of possibility, prosperity, and dignity.
California, New York, Texas, South Carolina, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Oklahoma are also part of the latest round of funding. The White House says more than 4,500 bridges have been set up for repairs thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure law that President Biden signed in 2021. This afternoon, the Pasco School District officially held a ribbon cutting to celebrate their new Early Learning Center, which technically opened back in January. The Lakeview Early Learning Center is designed to hold a pre-K program to give children as young as 3 a jump start on getting ready for school. There are some requirements that families will have to meet to be eligible for this free program. We're talking more about that, and we're hearing from district officials coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. For right now, let's take a look outside. We are seeing some beautiful spring weather today, but we're talking about a chance of April showers as well. That's coming up in your first alert weather forecast. And still ahead on KAPP KVEW Local News at 5, it is International Plant Appreciation Day. Today we're talking to a local expert about how to make sure your indoor plants stay green and glossy. That's next.
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most million-dollar car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Fred's Appliance has GE Profile appliances on sale with smart leading-edge features that make life a little easier.
Smart features and sophisticated designs to simplify your life.
Profile dishwashers are quiet, powerful, and offer flexible loading options.
Fred's has more kitchen packages than you'll find anywhere. Save on GE appliances with up to $2,000 in rebates at your local Fred's Appliance.
Fred's has appliances in stock and on sale. Stop in and see us today.
It's spring in the Pacific Northwest, and that means lakes, rivers, fishing, hiking, and so much more. But each spring, weather can change fast. And to stay safe when you're outdoors, you need a forecast you can trust. At KAPP KVEW First Alert Weather, our advanced technology, along with our knowledge of how to use it, gives us a big advantage in keeping you informed. And when you're informed, I know that I'm doing my job.
We're on air, online, and on the go with our mobile app. First Alert Weather from KAPP KVEW Local News, helping keep you and your family safe.
At the Blue Mountain Station in Dayton, Washington, we invest in community. Our partners include Sweet Cheeks Bake Shop, Cedar Rain Spirits, Onyx Farms, Ray's Roast, Red Band Cellars, Bard & Bead Meadery, and the Co-op and Commercial Kitchen. We invite you to explore Dayton today.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, I'll tell you about a local winery owner who's also skilled with a paintbrush and how she's brought those two worlds together. And Jason will get you ready for your weekend with his First Alert weather forecast.
This newscast sponsored by the Working Family Tax Credit.
New tonight, we're getting a look at the damage from a deadly explosion at a dairy farm in Texas that happened on Monday. Investigators say the blast and the resulting fire is the deadliest barn fire on record, killing more than 18,000 cattle and critically injuring one person. Investigators are still working to figure out what happened.
Magnitude of the fire and the amount of people that were here, we're very fortunate. It was probably what they call a honey badger, and that is what sucked. It's like a vacuum that sucks the manure and water out, and it's possibly that it got overheated, and probably the methane and things like that may have ignited and then spread out with an explosion in the fire.
Local officials told USA Today the dairy farm opened just a few years ago and lost about 90% of their herd in the fire. The financial loss could add up to tens of millions of dollars. Well, first it was crab, now it's California's king salmon fishing season that's being shut down. That's impacting fishermen and restaurants in the area, as they're saying there's a shortage of fish that they're expected could shut down the season for a year or more. We'll be tracking that as we continue to watch the West Coast situation. And the houseplant industry bloomed during the pandemic. Many plant parents have stuck with it even as the restrictions are lifted. Today for International Plant Appreciation Day, KAPP KVEW's Emily Goodell went to Cameo Flower Shop in Yakima to get their best plant care tips.
They say caring for a plant starts right away when you're at the store, checking the leaves to make sure you don't see any disease or pests. Then when you get it home, it's important to quarantine it and keep it away from your other plants so that if you did miss a pest or a disease, that it doesn't spread to all the rest of your plants. Some plants require close attention, looking at the humidity, the soil type, and other conditions. Others just want to be left alone. All things you can find out by researching the type of plant you have. Around springtime, it's a good time to fertilize and to check to see whether you need to repot.
With the containers with the drainage holes, you can actually tell from the bottom if you see a lot of roots coming out from the bottom. That's a good sign that you're going to need to repot it.
She says if you do end up killing a plant, don't worry about it and don't give up. It's a process of trial and error, and you can always try again. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, KAPP KVEW Local News.
Now, KAPP KVEW First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. Again, hope you had a wonderful day today, and hope you have a great weekend planned. It should be pretty nice, so maybe a little shower activity. So today, nice but chilly. We're still well below our averages for this time of year. Small showers are possible, but it is warmer this weekend. Just not as warm as we were thinking even just yesterday. So I'll get to that in my forecast coming up. But let's take a look at the futurecast. We just have little bips and bobs of shower activity in our region. Those are going to be moving out, though we could see just a hint of precipitation in the Pendleton, Walla Walla areas or the foothills of the Blues in our overnight period. But for your Friday itself, we are seeing mostly sunny skies. It is going to be a gorgeous Friday, start to your weekend. But as we get into Saturday morning, we could see just a hint of shower activity in Ellensburg and Yakima to start your morning. Then it'll fan out a bit into the Tri-Cities, Blue Mountain region. And again, these showers are going to be very, very quick, so shouldn't really disrupt too many plans. And as we head on into Saturday evening, things will settle down. Just maybe a little bit of cloud coverage as we get to the evening hours. But really great traveling conditions for your weekend. And if you're going to be outside, just keep an eye out for maybe a shower or two. So our temperature trend, this is for the Tri-Cities, averages around 66 degrees for this time of year. We're going to be right at it for our weekend. So for all of our cities, at worst, upper 50s for your weekend, mid to lower 60s for the rest of our cities. But then we'll be cooling down into our next work week. And this has, again, been the pattern since late March, where we're just a little bit off our temperatures and warming up a bit for our weekend. So winds today, they were around 10 mile per hour or so, a little bit of breezy conditions. They're going to slow down into our weekend. But as we move into the next work week, we are going to be seeing winds starting on Sunday, right around 10 mile per hour. So a little bit of breezy conditions into your next work week, but no real wind events and no real rain events look to be on the horizon. So our highs still well below our average for this time of year for Yakima, 63. Overnights with those clear, mostly clear skies will be very chilly overnight. For the Tri-Cities, 7 degrees off our average, but right at it for our overtime low. So our countdown, tax day, folks, is next week on your Tuesday. That's 5 days away. 2 weeks away from the NFL draft right here on KAPP KVEW ABC. Always looking forward to that, and the coverage will last through that weekend. And Mother's Day, just a month away. So in our overnight period, we are going to be mostly calm and pretty darn nice. We are going to see right around the freezing mark for the Yakima Valley and Kittitas Valley areas. A little bit warmer for the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region. As we head into our Friday, should be a very, very nice day and more sunshine in the morning hours. Lower 60s, mid to upper 50s as we slowly warm up towards our weekend. 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. And again, more sunshine than not for the week ahead. And again, a scant amount of showers in and out. And that looks to be the pattern where we could see just a quick shower or two. But as I said, no real rain or precipitation events on the way. Besides our weekend, we're going to remain right around that 60-degree mark. Overnight lows are well above the freezing mark. In the Yakima region, mid-50s pretty much, mid to upper 50s besides our weekend coming up. But again, more sunshine on the way. So folks, a pretty darn nice day today, and we're going to have an even better Friday on the way tomorrow.
Thanks, Jason. We'll take a look at this. Fort Lauderdale experienced the rainiest day in its history this week. They're calling this a 1 in a 1,000-year rainfall event. And as you can see, it caused some serious flooding in Broward County. That's prompted emergency rescues. It's forced people to abandon their cars. It even shut down the Fort Lauderdale airport through 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. The region has seen widespread rainfall totals with more than a foot, but Fort Lauderdale may have gotten the worst of it. Early numbers show they got over 25 inches in 24 hours. That is from the National Weather Service office in Miami. Looking locally tonight, U.S. Cellular has donated 400 wireless hotspots valued at nearly $500,000 to the YWCA of Yakima as part of its after-school access project. The personal hotspots come with 2 years of service, enabling survivors of domestic violence and their children to have access to the internet no matter where they are. Kids who might not have access to other resources will be able to use these hotspots to do their homework, and it's a way for them to have communications wherever they go.
It doesn't matter what it is, but just somebody you can get a hold of and connect with to engage in dialogue if you needed to, right? Whether you're in an emergency or not.
U.S. Cellular says those hotspots have been delivered to the YWCA and families should start getting them soon. Up next on KAPP KVEW Local News, we're talking about a newly redesigned football helmet that's designed to protect one specific position. And we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code, also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. The code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It's free to download and there's no subscription fee to use it. We'll be right back.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Stan, who is that? Okay, Roy, I went to the basement, found a weird portal, went through, found myself in a prehistoric valley, talked to a couple dinos, told them about Triple Play. They wanted to check it out. Here we are. Wow!
Hi, Roy.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She'll leave whenever we're ready. I'm ready.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data. So you don't have to get more lines than you need. No, you hang up.
US Cellular, built for us.
Put some spring into your step with Great Floors. Shop exclusive specials throughout our showroom on carpet, luxury vinyl, and cultivated wood. Save on Karastan carpet, only $20.23 for a whole home installation. Our huge selection and expert team are here to help you recreate the perfect look and feel of your home. Great Floors offers 12-month 0% financing, so you are free to select the exact flooring you want. Visit a showroom today and live life on Great Floors.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-820-2755. Again, that's 800-820-2755.
There's no other word quite like home, because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging, and that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home in a new Subaru from McCurley Subaru.
Trending tonight, the Washington Commanders are reportedly about to get a new owner. The Associated Press reports a group of investors, including 2 billionaire businessmen and Magic Johnson, have an agreement in principle to buy the team. Now, the current record price for any professional sports franchise in North America is $4.65 billion. That was paid for the Broncos last year. Bids for the Commanders are reportedly sitting above $6 billion. Final approval for any deal, though, has to come from the other NFL team owners. And hey, check this out. The NFL just unveiled a new helmet that's specifically designed to protect quarterbacks from concussions. The goal is to basically soften the hit when a player hits the ground. The league and the Players Association has been working on better protection and better procedures after hard hits on the field. 2 years ago, the NFL released helmets designed specifically for offensive and defensive linemen. Officials say the quarterback version should be available for this upcoming season. We'll have a final look at your weather when we come back, and we continue to track developing news of an Air National Guardsman arrested in connection with the investigation into a leak of highly classified military documents. World News Tonight is taking a closer look at that case, coming up in the next 10 minutes.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Tonight, countdown to the abortion pill decision. Plus, with record high heat on the move, the state's facing red flag warnings. With so much at stake, more Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
When a client has been seriously hurt, they need a lot of help. We understand that. Their only job is to get better. Our job is to take care of the rest. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Spring Fever Fun has arrived at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Sizzle your way to over $7 grand in cash and free play with 30,000 Spring Fever hot seats every Friday and Saturday. Plus surprise gifts during spring cleaning, swipe and win. Win up to $2,000 cash with our quick cash giveaway and $10,000 bingo April 23rd. With so many ways to win, any day can be yours. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
Hi everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. You know, we're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Our exclusive with bride-to-be Vanessa Hudgens.
Are you in the thick of wedding planning right now?
It's a lot more than I expected it to be.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on KVEW.
A Kennewick veterinary technician has been arrested for embezzlement. She's accused of stealing nearly $500,000 from her employer, Horsehaven Hills Pet Urgent Care. The veterinarian practice manager was booked into the Benton County Jail on a felony theft charge. Tonight on KAPP Local News at 6, we'll tell you how the business figured out that their own employee was allegedly stealing money. But first, let's get a final check on that forecast. We're looking at another unusually chilly evening after the sun goes down.
All right, folks, let's get you ready for your Friday tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. My goodness, highs are going to be in the lower 60s for the Tri-Cities as we just slowly warm up towards our weekend when we return to our average temperatures for this time of year, mid to lower 60s. Yakima area, you're going to be in the upper 50s, warming up, mostly sunny skies. For Walla Walla, mostly sunny skies as well. Still kind of mired for the Blue Mountain region in those mid-50s till we get to the weekend. And Ellensburg, you're warmer, mid-50s, maybe a little bit more cloud coverage as we move along. So again, the last 2 days we've seen a little bit of shower activity in our evening hours. It looks like tomorrow will be dry, but those showers could return as soon as Saturday morning.
Thanks, Jason, and thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next. KAPP KVEW Local News is back tonight at 6, but you can find all the latest anytime on our website, yaktrynews.com.